What is going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin is down big today. Right now, it is down almost 5%. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. This is the daily chart for Bitcoin, and the data I have is to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on November the 16th. Bitcoin has been on a very nice bull run. After a drop all the way down to about 30,000, Bitcoin went on this bullish reversal where it ran all the way to about 69,000, established an all-time high. But since then, for the past week, the price continued to retrace. Early this morning, dropped below 60,000, tested this white line, which is the 50-day moving average, found support, bounced back up. But right now, it is still trading below 61,000, or roughly 4.5% lower. So the question for us is, will this uptrend continue? The retracement is just temporary to allow Bitcoin to build momentum in order to support another spike up. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on this 4-hour chart. Let's see if we can figure out why Bitcoin has been behaving the way it has been behaving from around the middle of April until now. After Bitcoin spiked up to about 64.8, established its all-time high, and then retraced, very much entered this bear market, dropped all the way to below 30,000, and from middle of May until the third week in July, it was very much traded sideways. It was forming this descending triangle. This is the descending triangle. And a breakout from this triangle would technically take Bitcoin to about 51.5. And that's exactly what happened. Bitcoin broke out, ran all the way to about the 51.5, very much reached our target price. And once it reached our target price, Bitcoin started to retrace, very much consolidate within this downward channel. When it was retracing, it was very much forming this bull flag. Technically, the target price for this breakout should take Bitcoin to about 68.5. And that's precisely what had happened around the beginning of October. Bitcoin broke out, ran all the way up to about 69,000, where it hit our target price. And now we're seeing Bitcoin doing exactly what it has done before, which is in this process of retracement. Let's see, when Bitcoin ran up and retraced, how much it retraced. And if we base on this Fibonacci retracement from this low point to the high, that gives us roughly about 50% retracement. So assuming history would repeat itself, after reaching the target price, we see this sort of retracement, and if retracement stay at around 50%, then we're looking at a high possibility for Bitcoin to retrace down to about a 55,000 level. Another thing that we can observe is after Bitcoin dropped to 30,000 and began this bullish reversal in price, it has been oscillating within this upward channel. The price stayed within this upward channel, and the minute it retraced and tested the support, bounced right back up, but then get rejected the minute it hit the resistance of this channel. So there's a very high degree of possibility that as part of the oscillating within this upward channel, Bitcoin would likely retrace and retest the support of this upward channel again. Now go back to the daily chart. Let's take a look at when Bitcoin first ran up to about 51.5 and started this retracement. We saw that the price broke down, dropped below this red line, which is the 10 days moving average. And then it found support right at this white line, which is the 50 days. After that, Bitcoin very much riding the 50-day, retested the 10-day again, briefly crossed over that, but then get rejected. That's when we saw this breakdown in price. Then got the support from the support of this channel, and then started this next run up. And if we see what's happening right now, it's very similar. Bitcoin broke down, dropped below the 10 days moving average. And then the minute it tests this white line, which is the 50 days moving average, it found support, bounce up. So there is a very high possibility that we are going to see Bitcoin bounce up, and then it will test the 10 days moving average again. And the key would be right at around the 64,500. If Bitcoin get rejected at that point, then we are looking at the price will eventually retrace and hit my target price of 55,000. So in a nutshell, what Bitcoin is doing right now is very much repeating this cycle, which is the down and consolidation cycle after this major spike up. And we're seeing this again, and now it's going through this process again. All of the major indicators are still pointing to a very bullish trend for Bitcoin. Looking at the moving averages, around the middle of September, we had this golden cross where the 50 days crossed over the 200 days, and the 50-day continued to trend up and leading the 200 days. Same thing with the 10 days moving average. The 10-day crossed over both the 200 and the 50 days. Now the 10-day continued to trend upward, and it continued to lead both the 50 days as well as the 200 days. The Bollinger Band formed out very nicely. Looking at the stochastic oscillator, Bitcoin is very near this oversold territory. That is why I believe that we will likely see a bounce up where Bitcoin would likely run up and retest this 10 days moving average. Very similar to what happened when Bitcoin retraced. It re-entered this oversold territory. That's when we see the price bounce up. But the key is the minute it tests the 10 days moving average, which is right at this point, a rejection at this point, then we are looking at Bitcoin would likely retrace down to about 55,000. But if Bitcoin can gain either momentum and continue to trade over the 10 days moving average, then the possibility for this retracement may not happen. But personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I believe there's a very high degree of possibility that Bitcoin would retrace and reach my target price. The reason being is it has to retrace in order to build enough momentum to support another run-up. I went over all of the indicators. All of the indicators are still very bullish. So I believe that Bitcoin would likely retrace to about 55,000 and then would bounce right back up. And let's see if we can estimate the next target for Bitcoin when Bitcoin run up from 30,000 to about 51.5 and then reach our target of 69,000. We are looking at about 1.6 times the extension from this high. And applying the same extensions, we are looking at Bitcoin the next time when it run up, it will likely reach around the 86,000. So in summary, there's a very high probability that we are going to see Bitcoin eventually retrace to my target of around 55,000. Nobody wants to see Bitcoin retrace, but this is a necessary evil. After a major run-up in price, it has to retrace in order to build momentum to support another run-up. Bitcoin is still trending upward. It is still in its bull run. After reaching 55,000, Bitcoin would likely stabilize and begin the next wave in terms of running up. Then it would reach my target price of about 86,000. That's it for this video. And don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe. And make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at Vietmaxim, because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.